Hi everyone, welcome to Haflong Vlogs. And today in Haflong we are with some special guests. All the way from Germany we have Louis and we have Timo. So, and the viewers who are watching this, they are watching Haflong Vlogs. So can we just say hi to them?
No.
Hello. Yeah. So it's very interesting how Louis and Timo ended up in Haflong, and you were not originally supposed to come to Haflong, right?
Yeah,
Was that part of the plan?
Yeah, that is true. Like we basically travel very randomly, so we try to hitchhike. It's kind of a way how you come from A to B. Like you don't take the train or the bus. You just go on the street to the highway and try to stop some vehicles and ask them where they drive. So possibly they can give you a lift. And sometimes it ended up like that you have another destination because the driver is made driving to a different place and you're more interested. So you're very free in this way of traveling.
And what happened in the case of Haflong was actually quite funny. We were in Maibang and we were waiting there very long, like 5 hours for a lift, and suddenly
Where in Maibong were you waiting?
we were on the highway.
Okay.
We visited that stone house.
Or you visited the
Yeah.
stone house?
Yeah, and we ate also there. Good dal bhat.
Okay.
And then we waited there very long, and also there was a burning ceremony going on. But anyways, then there was your friend coming, and he told us to visit Haflong, and we were on our way to Silchal, and we did not really know. But we are very happy to go this very bad road up here, and had some time in Haflong. It's a very unique place in Assam.
Yes. So today it's their third day, I think, in Haflong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, then the person who gave them the lift was Daniel Langthasa. So if you're watching this, thank you, Daniel. And
Thank you.
Yes, they want to thank you because you gave them a lift and got them here to Haflong, and they got to experience Haflong. Otherwise, maybe they would have taken a lift and would have reached Silchar directly.
Yeah.
So turn of events, and I think that's how life is, right? You don't know what is going to happen next, and then
That's actually the beauty of our
that's the
trip.
beauty of, yeah.
You know, when we will go from here, we will basically go to the road, and we don't know what will happen, because maybe somebody will come after 1 minute, maybe after 10 hours. You don't know. And also you don't know who's sitting in the car. And to take the scare factor away, it's like we took a lot of lifts, maybe more than 1,000, and never anything bad happened. Never there were never problems. So basically, I have a very good experience with hitchhiking, and especially in India, it's really like who you will meet in the car is very unique, and also kind of a experience I really like.
Okay, so for the viewers to get a little bit of perspective, maybe I'll ask and you tell us little about yourself. So we'll start with Louis. I mean, where are you from? How old are you? What do you do? And when did you start this journey?
Yeah. Okay, like I am 19 years old, and in my case, I finished my 12 years of school with 17. So I was very young after finishing that, and I did not really feel ready to move in all that society system and all the responsibilities you will have in that age, and start studying, start establishing your surroundings. So I took my time and I decided to travel. And yeah, so basically I started from my house to take lifts to here. So that's my journey. So yeah.
And what about you, Timo?
Yeah, my story is basically the same. There's just one different. But I'm also from Berlin, Germany. 19 years old, finished my school with 17, very young. And I decided after school that I work, and I started to study on university. But I realized then, though, that I'm too young. Like most of my
Too young for university.
Yeah, most of my student mates were like 5 years older, and had such more life experience, and I felt like that a little bit wrong at the place. So I decided to join and to travel also like this randomly way. Yes, and I travel since January this year.
Since January.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there any plan? Is there a time period which you have for how long you're going to travel?
Like how he explained, like our way is very free to travel, and this is also why we don't have like a hard break of the travel. Like, so we can decide how long we travel, and if I would say like in 1 month I have enough, then I would stop. If I say like I want to explore more, I can.
But you have to also recognize that it's always a up and down, right? Like you have some bad days, some very good days, some moments where you think, oh, that was worth to go up the mountain, you know, and then you are on top of the mountain and you see the view and you are there, and it's like the payback. Yeah, but I think we both hold that very freely, and also what happens if you see some countries, then you are like curious what is in, like for now the case, what is in Myanmar, like how are the people there, and like you can also see when you travel by land how the environment is changing, how the people are changing, maybe how the religion is changing, and yeah, that's very interesting to see, like to have a journey, you know, to have not the places where you be, you know, flying to New York, flying to Los Angeles. That's not a like I don't get satisfied. My desire on traveling is another to experience things, maybe also bad things, but I think these experiences are very valuable, and I will take that for my life. And when I go back to Germany, I think I have a good yeah, I have some knowledge about other cultures. I have some knowledge about persons also, like yeah, so that's why I do that. Like we study on our own actually.
So from this whole journey, I'd like to ask a few things. The most beautiful place, according to you, of all where you have traveled. I know that's a difficult question to answer.
No, it's for me.
But
It's
what
not
comes to
difficult.
you? Yeah,
Actually.
what comes to your mind? The most beautiful place.
Beautiful for me is like you have to like. First of all, my trip is not made by the places. You know, I think the places they will be like that forever. But the people are mainly the thing. Like why I travel, to meet new people, to have a view of somebody's life. And there are many. Like if you would say so, I would say every person I met was more beautiful than any place. But if you ask me specifically for a place, it's basically a desert in Iran. It's a very, it's like a black sand on the bottom and cliffs like from the wind cut, so they are very huge, and it's amazing. It's basically just amazing. And also for a German person, desert is very, very unusual. So I think that also was a kick for that. But there are so many places, you know. You cannot compare a mountain to a beach. You cannot compare a beach to a city.
Of course.
So, and also it's who you will meet, how you are in that moment. If you are sick or something, you will probably not enjoy anything. So, like that.
What about you, Timo? Most beautiful place.
It's also difficult to explain the most beautiful place, because it's also not really about that when you travel like this. Because actually for me it's the changing moment, the different situation, one of the most motivational things for my trip, that I have a continuous change and can also experience more and more in a very short time. Yeah. But the most beautiful places might be in Kanyakumari. Like there is basically like 3 seas in front of you, so you have an incredible panorama. Yeah.
Kanyakumari.
I have to say also the back of a pickup is really good. Like riding on a pickup,
Okay.
standing on the highway is really a good place.
Okay. So from your journey, one moment where it was the most difficult for you, and if it has happened, if it has come to your mind at any point where you were like, I'll go back. I'll just stop. I have to give up. You know?
Actually, for
Stop.
me that
did
was
it happen?
Yeah, very like in the early stages it was a lot more than after 2 months. Actually, in the first 2 months it was really hard. Like you was asking yourself, what are you doing here? Actually, you know, like you imagine you would go. For my case, I was in after like 5 days. I was around 2,500 kilometers away from home. So in Europe, hitchhiking is very easy. It goes very fast. So I was very fast in Istanbul, and there it started. Like how do I really want to do that? Like my aim is actually to go around the whole earth, and I was asking myself if I can do that, if I really want, and how I will do that, and like what. It's so scary to move in the unknown, you know. Now I'm used to it. Now it's actually I'm happy now to move, but at that time it was really hard, and many times, you know, even small things like you know, you have no dinner or something. That's like you are. It hits you, you know, when you have that sometimes 3 days after another, no sleep or something. You're like, what am I doing here? Because also we have some principles, you know. We don't sleep in hotels, for example. We don't at all, or we never go by bus, you know. We really only hitchhike. So you cut basically a lot of comfort, and you have to make actions to move, you know.
And so, because you're hitchhiking, you're traveling long distance, you're having to wait in the road for a very long time. So it takes a toll on your body. So I am curious, and I want to know also, like, how much stuff are you carrying with you? What's your luggage like?
It's worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Basically just the sleeping stuff. You know, we have very little amount of clothes, like 2 t-shirts, 1 trousers, and then we have like a sleeping bag and all the stuff for isolation for sleeping outside. Yeah.
But also we have some fancy things, you know, like a counter. I have a kite.
We have a
I have a
Hanuman
suit.
stature.
Yeah, like we carry.
You
also.
have a guitar too.
Yeah, it's true. We have a guitar.
But then
too.
it's
I
a
forgot.
big guitar.
Yeah,
So why the guitar?
and you have like I'm coming from a group where we travel with music basically through Europe, and so it was like I just had to take the guitar on. I take always my guitar on these trips because it's, you know, sometimes when you are alone or when you want to play guitar, it's really nice to have a guitar. Sometimes it's also international. It's an international language, you know. You sit with villagers in any country and you cannot communicate, and you have a guitar. I mean, singing is for everybody. It's like a gestic, and yeah.
And what about the languages? Like, which language do you think you have picked up from your travels?
English. Actually, I learned English.
Okay.
Like, I was really bad in English. I almost failed my school because of English. But when you are alone, actually, then you have to speak English, and you will not speak your own language. So I started dreaming in English. I started like completely being English. But when you are together, it goes away, this English thinking. But also in India, it's the case that I slowly you learn in Hindi, because Hindi is like everywhere, and it's also quite easy to speak actually.
It's easy to learn Hindi,
Yeah, for me it's
to pick up.
yeah, pick up
few words.
Yeah.
Can you share few words or sentences?
Now I'm
No.
I'm busted.
Yeah.
I know Dil, I know
Dil.
Zindagi,
Zindagi.
yeah,
Dil.
Rasta lift, Paisa nahi hai,
Paisa nahi hai.
like these things, you know.
Okay.
So we have like our sentences are more like for the situations we actually face a lot, to talk like funnily, you know, kana kayo,
Khana khaya.
kana khaye,
Yeah.
these things.
Also because the North Indian are using like English terms when they speak Hindi, you understand the context always.
Yeah.
There's a
So-
lot of nowadays more than ever. I think there's a lot of English words
Yeah.
That
being
makes
used
the
in Hindi
communication
sentences.
actually so easy.
Easy to understand, right? Timo, it's been just 3 days that you're in Haflong,
Yeah.
but I'd like you to share with us your, like, how did you find Haflong?
I
Like your
think-
first observations, you know, and you can be honest.
Okay, I arrived when it was dark, so I had like, it is a small like a village for me because I didn't saw like how haflong. But when I walked through the city, I realized that Haflong is a very clean city. You can say in this area of India, very compared to other cities, like modern, and modern in sense like how the people act here, like
Okay.
Yeah.
also the mindset, I would say.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like, I would say probably it's kind of a bubble in northeast India, because you have like in geographically isolation also with the mountains.
Mm.
It's a hill station. I like it.
It's
very
like, for me, it's
beautiful.
like a little bit a break of Assam.
Mm.
It's cool, and yeah, what you said, like the. But I also was surprised how many. So I mean, like you got all these things built up, like viewpoints and these town halls, this traditional hall, the circle hall, and like that the people interact there, and it's like such a aram se way to live here.
Mm.
I'm really jealous actually, because if you see other Indian cities, there's like war zone, you know, like traffic and all these things is really like no resting, and yeah, in Haflong you can find rest. That's really good, and it's also amazing view. And also I kind of the city of the history of Haflong is really interesting. Like why is it like this, and with the Britons and these things.
Mm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and the name is cool.
And the name is cool.
Yeah.
Haflong is cool. Haflong is a cool name. I agree with that. Again, this is a very might be a difficult question to answer, or maybe not. But what are your future plans now?
That's really hard. I want to go on. Like I will. My plan is to go in a kung fu school in China.
Okay.
That's my plan. For 3 months, something like that. But
And learn kung fu.
yeah, learn kung fu. Not. I don't know if I would. Maybe also I may go in a monastery, but you have to shave your hair there. So I prefer to go in a kung fu school where you don't have to shave. But I don't know. Like, you know, it's so wide. The possibilities are so. I don't know what will happen. Maybe I like Cambodia so much that I will stay more time in Cambodia, and I see China. Oh God, it's so horrible. I don't want to stay here. But that's also the beauty, you know. We can always go. We don't have anything what leaves us, because we have our things we have in our backpack, and can go on.
What about you, Timo?
My plan is actually to take as much as possible from my travels, and after that, I would say being successful in education, maybe studying also. There's also like a different way of education
Are
in
you
Germany.
also
so-
thinking of maybe joining university again?
Yeah, because I saw more about the world. I know, like I made my with the travel, I could like reflect more things, also about my society, like how it goes, and with this knowledge, I would go back. This is also like the reason why a lot of people are traveling, not like this way, but like in a different way. Like you see different cultures, you can reflect your own more. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we will wrap it up. But before we do, I would like to ask you to share something with me. It can be anything, an advice or anything, which you can share with me, which might help me also. So anything that
I
you'd
can
like
tell you
to
one
share
thing,
with me. Yeah.
but I hate telling people what they should do. But
I can understand many people do. Even I sometimes don't really like to, but
yeah.
I mean, please do.
But what I realized about the whole trip is that you know, these small things which you take as a normal, like normal in your life, they are not normal. So, like, you know, was heißt Schicksalsschlag? Like a smack of destiny, we call it in German, you know. Like one day everything is okay, next day your wife has a car crash and your 2 children are dead, you know. Like that's the most horrible thing, you know. But I mean, like the small things, you should value it. You should like to realize what is the meaning of small things. And it's like hard to say what all these small things I mean, but I think everybody has in their life has some things. And also I want like to change is really easy. You can change in one day. You can cut your hair, take other clothes and have another attitude, you know. And I think many people, they are very scared to or they don't, like actually I think they don't know who they are, otherwise they may change, you know, because they are not don't have enough self-esteem or something. But I think that should everybody have, you know, the power to change themselves and also stay back and realize where they are standing, where they come from, what they want to do, like that.
That's true. Timo, anything that you'd like to share?
That was, by the way, a very good suggestion from you.
Yes.
Maybe like taking your pauses, your breaks from work, from a lot of things. Like depends on which situation you are, but take your breaks and don't get too much into it. For example, if you have a job and if you're like in the mid-40s, I don't know, don't work too hard. Don't take yourself so hard. You know?
So serious.
So serious.
Yeah, the running for money, you know, this is a sickness actually. It's coming from Europe and USA, but the problem is there's no limit. You can run forever for money. And
the people forget from where they came from, you know, like I'm very young, but I think like the youth,
and people need to understand
like what you experience in your childhood and the youth, that you slowly forget it, you know.
I mean,
you enjoy different your life, but you should like think sometimes more simple. And this is also like this.
Sorry.
You didn't finish?
No. Okay. I wanted to say that in India, the persons, they are new to that worldliness, you know. Now people can buy things, they can afford to buy whatever. But I think it's the way it's lived in India is very horrible. You know, rich persons, they don't. How can I say that? You know, the guy who makes the shoes, you know, cleans the shoes. People don't look at them. They throw some money down and they give their shoe. You know, it's there's such a like no tension way, the Indian no tension, what is really horrifying for me sometimes to see in India. Also like how Indian police is reacting, you know, that's like no tension. Even if he's an old man, I can beat him with a bamboo stick, you know, for example.
So I think people also need to understand what we're saying here is not that we are promoting laziness. Right?
No,
because when
I was lazy. Okay, I was lazy in school. I was lazy at home. I was whole life. I was like this time I'm not lazy. Okay, sometimes I take my time. Okay, I you know that I sleep.
Yeah.
But traveling like this or like a journey like this is not lazy. Lazy is maybe for your brain it's lazy because you have no purpose. You know, you have no real aim. You don't do anything worth like something what is a product or something,
because the world is now many parts like moving so fast, and with work, what you just said, what Timo just said, and now it is kind of, if you're taking a day or two of your work and you're enjoying, some people might even see it as that person is not really dedicated to his work.
Yeah, but you know
why are you taking your time off?
You know,
someone who is ready to be looked up to is someone who is like grinding it out, working each and every day, like even maybe sleeping less,
Sure,
than
if you,
necessary.
I don't
And
know
these
if you like
people
your
are
body when
like,
you are 50, you know. I like my body now. I want to experience things now. Now I can walk up a mountain without struggles. Now I can do things I should do at 19, not working, man. Working is something you can also do at 50, something like, and nobody will judge you. Actually, nobody, you should judge yourself, you know. If you want to be wealthy, if you want to have a lot of money when you are, like after a long period of working, don't think like the money is coming like that, you know. It's also a huge struggle and these things. So, but I know, of course everybody has to work something, but I just say, like, even if you take a whole year pause of your job, after you search a new job, like, who cares? Like, it's just 1 year of your life, and your life is yours and not from any company or something, you know. And I think that's what people in Germany people are so afraid to lose their job, to like get dropped off the system, to lose their entrance in the society because of that. But like the people who did that, who stopped for 1 year and did what they want, you know, whatever. Like some people go surfing, some people go make their farm or something in a mountain, whatever. Some people live in a cave, whatever. But all of them, I think, they realize that the life we choose is like a rhythm, but that's not a human rhythm. It's like it's a money rhythm actually. You have to run for money today, and the time you have actually for yourself to do what you want is so small. You can maybe after work when you come home you can watch television or something, but is that really satisfying you? Is that why are people jealous that we travel? Because it's the human desire, you know. It's of course it's boring to work every day, but I want to, like, you should try to do what you want and get money out of that, not get money and then do what you want, because that's not working.
I think that's a good line to end this with. You do what you want and then get money out of it, and not get money and then try to do what you want later.
Yeah, because it's the wrong way actually, you know. And I think if you have these plans, you know, plans in your life, you should follow it, you know. There's people, they are missing now the strength of doing actually things, you know. They think they did something special if they go to work, or like they do the everyday things. But it's special to do not the everyday things. It's special to break that rhythm, to say, you know, just a simple example, you are in the school time whole day, like whole week with your friends. And I don't know how many times it happened that somebody said, yeah, let's go to a lake now after school, and we go back like swimming there. And that was a good thing, everybody was happy. Otherwise everybody would go home for homework. And like after that eat, after that watch television, after that sleep. So it happened, we go to the lake, we swim there. After that do homework, eat and sleep. So you know, the crucial things, they are not in the mind anymore. They are gone, you know, because there are things like smartphones, things like television, which are like the easiest excuse to kill your
Things like
lonely, like when you are boring. It's so easy to take your smartphone and entertain you, because it's like the smartphone is made for entertainment, and it's also personal. Everybody has what they want on their smartphone, so you can spend basically a day in your smartphone without feeling bad or realizing that you spent a whole day or maybe 4 hours or something. But exactly this is the problem. The time you have, you should use. You should do things which are not the flow, you know, not the grind of life, you know. You should try to escape that and do something. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers to that. Cheers to finding new paths, and cheers to being part of different narratives of life, because I believe that there are different narratives of life, right?
Yeah, sure.
As in a simple thing like we just discussed before, like how people perceive work can be so different, and people have to know that these differences exist. If you don't even know, then you're just following.
In India, it's also another case than for Germany, of course.
Yes. For example, in India, that this is huge, you know. So you are born in a routine and you go with the routine, and when the time comes for you to start working, then Now it is changing, and that is a positive thing. Now I think slowly more people are getting to know that it doesn't have to be this routine where when work takes over everything else, and all the little things which are as essential in life, as simple as like going to a lake, or like going for a walk with your dog, or going for a picnic with your family. So these are not, you don't have to feel guilty for doing this, and some people are realizing this, and that's very important, I feel. So thank you Timo, thank you Luis, and we wish you the best for your future journeys, and wishing you a safe journey. By the way, telling you in advance, Haflong to Silchar road is in a terrible state right now, so but that will be an experience for you, so check that out. And okay, so thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.
See you again, haflong.
See you.
Thank you so much.